Russia, it released footage of its military equipment that will be involved in the military drills for tactical use of nuclear weapons.
And this comes just 2 weeks after Russia's President Vladimir Putin announced that the country will carry out drills to test the readiness of personnel and equipment of non-strategic nuclear weapons. The visuals on your screen have been released by Russia's Defense Ministry. The video shows various types of equipment involved in the first stage of non-strategic nuclear weapons drills in its southern military district, which borders close to Ukraine. The ammo also includes the Iskander-E tactical ballistic missile system, which is designed to pinpoint and destroy high-value area targets in the tactical depth of enemy troops. The ballistic missile has a range of up to 500 kilometers.
Tactical nuclear weapons are small nuclear warheads and delivery systems intended for use on the battlefield or for a limited strike. They're designed to destroy enemy targets in a specific area without causing widespread radioactive fallout. Moscow has asserted that these drills are a response to the quote-unquote provocative statements and threats by certain Western officials on sending their troops into Ukraine.
US officials for years have been concerned about Russia's vast arsenal of tactical nuclear weapons, but efforts to bring them under control through diplomacy have failed amid a broader fraying of Cold War-era arms control pacts.
Now, of course, we are trying to understand the implications of this as well. For more on this, we're now being joined by John Ayres, Senior Policy Director for the Center for Arms Control and Non-Proliferation from Washington, D.C. Sir, thank you so much for joining us on World DNA.
Thank you very much for having me.
Sir, the drills were announced by Russia soon after Macron upheld the possibility of Western troops in Ukraine. David Cameron said that Ukraine is, in fact, entitled to use British missiles to target Russia. Would you say the West would perhaps rethink its strategy now?
I think certainly that is what the Russian leadership is hoping will happen. Russia has decided to use its nuclear weapons as instruments of blackmail and threat. And what they're trying to do is increase the perception that that there's a great danger of a nuclear war happening soon, which nobody wants. And using that as a way to leverage Western nations to limit their support to Ukraine.
Mr. Ayres, Belarus conducted tactical nuclear drills just recently. It was just shortly after Russia announced that it would be conducting the drills that we've seen now that have started. But Belarus conducted those about 2 weeks ago. And reportedly in Kaliningrad, Russia already has its nuclear assets positioned. So if you see the way Russia is conducting its nuclear drills at the moment, which is right in front of Ukraine, Ukraine seems to be surrounded by Russian nuclear assets, which are there in Belarus as well. What are the chances of Russia actually using these tactical assets, nuclear assets, in Ukraine?
They are already using them every day as instruments of blackmail and threat, as I said. It's still very unlikely that they would use them in an explosive way as a way to attack Ukraine directly. There's very limited military utility in doing this. It's difficult to see what short-term military objectives would be achieved by such use of nuclear weapons at this point. And were Russia to do that, it would bring a great deal of condemnation from all over the world. Nobody wants a nuclear war to happen. And Russia's few friends that it has left would probably rethink that friendship.
All right. Well, Mr. Ayres, thank you so much for joining us on World DNA. Always a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you very much.